Hello, you beautiful people. Rambling of a Ginger Nut here, yet again with some more questions. Uh, these set of questions are from the lovely Venelebat. Venelebat? Venelebat? Yeah? Yeah. On DeviantArt. She apologises for it being too late. Darling, it is never too late. Okay, so I have some random questions because of how my life has gone since moving in. Oh yeah, yeah. Question 1. Do you like snakes? I love snakes. Snakes are amazing. I just find them so beautiful that they come in all shapes and sizes, and some are venomous and non-venomous and whatnot. I became a lover of snakes when years and years and years ago, when I started to watch Steve Irwin as the crocodile hunter and all of his programs, and I became obsessed. I became obsessed with all these animals because of him. And when I found out he died, I was broken. I was devastated. Anyway, would you hold a snake? Yes. Yes, I would hold a snake. And I'd keep it, and I'd run away, unless it was venomous, to which point I'd probably hand it back. But any snake, hand it over to me, but be prepared for me to run off. Do you like rats? I love rats. I believe that they've had such a really bad stereotype because of obviously the Black Plague, and people look at a rat and go, "Oh no, it's from the sewers. Ew, I don't want to touch it." When they're adorable. They're so adorable. I don't understand how people can not like rats. Just, Did I just say snake? Doesn't matter. Would you hold a rat? Yes. Yes, I would. Do you like South Park? No. It's not that I don't like South Park. It's just one of those things that doesn't really interest me. I've seen the movie, and I've seen the episode about gingers. In fact, that was the first ever introduction to South Park that I ever had, because of my delightful father. I'm pretty sure I've seen a couple of others, especially clips on, small little clips, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch South Park. I wouldn't flick through the channels and go, "Oh, South Park, let's watch that." No. Sorry. Do you like Rick and Morty? Yes. Yes, I love Rick and Morty. I've just finished binge watching it, ready for season 3, and season 3 can't come quick enough. Ugh. I love it so much. Do you prefer hot weather? If so, dry or humid? Do you prefer cold weather? Snow, maybe heavy, if you had to choose. If I had to choose, it would be the cold weather. Mainly because, if you're cold, you can put more layers on. Simple. Whereas if it's hot, you can't really take off your skin. You can't do a Robbie Williams in Rock DJ and just like strip off all your skin. Ew. Yeah. So definitely prefer cold weather. I'd prefer it not to be snowing, mainly because Wales has so many hills, it's rather dangerous to walk down them. Terrified of just like slipping and sliding down this hill and just kind of escalating and flying through the air and kind of killing myself. But that's just like extreme measures. Apart from this one time in Swansea, there is this hill called Constitution Hill, and it's literally like this. and all the paving stones are kind of set in a staircase kind of way because of how steep it is. And there is a handlebars going all the way up, apart from obviously when there's a road, because it's so steep. And I had to walk across it, so I didn't have to walk down it. I had to go from one road, which is like up here, down to this road, which is not very far from it. I was down on my ass, crawling like across this road. Luckily, luckily there were no cars coming down, because not very many cars like to go down this hill, which, you know, if you see it, it's understandable. But, oh my god. Just, it was okay, like, going across, but then going down. I tried going diagonal, but it just wasn't working. So I kind of walked across and then shimmied down. My life flashed before my eyes the whole time I was going down it. So yeah, I prefer it to be like raining, because, you know, your clothes can dry and you can sit there with like big thick knitted jumper on with a cup of tea or a cup of hot chocolate and just be like, yeah, this is really, really nice. Have you ever eaten the food out of a bag or had the drink out of a bottle before buying it? Basically just ending up buying the container the edibles came from. No, I for some bizarre reason in my mind I class that as stealing, even though you're going to be paying for it at the end. We had this shop in town a long time ago, called Woolworths, and they had a pick a mix thing. And what people used to do is they used to fill up this pot of pick a mix and then go around the store eating it, and then they would put the empty can or the empty pot on the shelf and just walk out. And that's probably what made Woolworths in town bankrupt and just wasn't able to stay in the place anymore. Yeah, fuck you, assholes. Okay. Have you ever played the first Spyro the Dragon game simply called Spyro the Dragon? Yes. Yes. I cannot express my love for Spyro the Dragon. Unfortunately, like, I've forgotten everything about Spyro the Dragon. But I used to love the first one, and the first one used to go around, like collecting all the large emerald dragons, and oh yeah, I love that game so much. I think I got stuck on the end boss, so I don't think I've actually completed it. But yeah, if oh, it's not up there, because I have got some games up there, but we've got Rage Racer, Carmageddon. Oh, Dukes of Hazzard. I love watching my dad play that. The Italian Job, V-Rally, football. Oh, Destruction Derby Raw. That was a good game. And Extreme Snowbreaker. They're the only ones that we've got up there, anyway. We have got more. We've got plenty more. But I believe they're all in the attic. Or something. So yeah. Yeah, Spyro the Dragon. And they're all her questions. And thank you very much. If you have any more questions, you know, feel free to shoot them at me. But, you know, verbally on the internet rather than, you know, in an actual gun. While I'm actually recording, think I'll show you one last thing. Now, over the weekend, I had, where is it? This tattoo done. Unfortunately, it's upside down, so it's actually meant to, hang on. Here we go. There we go. Where does it start? I think it starts here. And it goes round. Me and my fat wrists. And no. There we go. God, that was a job and a half, wasn't it? Yeah, it's written in Elvish, and it means even in death may be triumphant, which is from a quote from my favourite book series, Darren Shan, Cirque du Freak. I got it for 3 or 4 reasons. One reason is the fact that I love Darren Shan, and he got me back into reading, which is a very, very, it's a really big achievement because I never used to read. No, picture books and that will probably be it. But no, he got me back into reading, which is, I hold him dearest. It's written in Elvish, which is a nod to my love for Lord of the Rings, but it's also hidden so that if people go, oh, people will have to ask me about it, which is nice. But also it's because of the quote itself, I kind of considered that not very suitable for work, because obviously it's on my wrist, but if it's in a different language, people are not going to know. See? Yeah. But I wrote it myself. I went on the internet and kind of translated it. So if it's wrong, I don't give a fuck. Just don't even don't even tell me about it because I don't want to know. Just tell me how great it is. But it's also a nod towards my great nana who died in August. She's the first person in my family that I was close to, really, really close to, that passed away. And it broke me. Oh my god, it was awful, just seeing her disintegrate into this carcass. And she didn't really know who I was, and it wasn't dementia, but she was just so out of it that it didn't matter who was in front of her. She just didn't know who they were, unless it was my granddad and his sister, who had been looking after her, when they found out that she was, slowly getting there. And, obviously they were looking after her, and so she was they were kind of ingrained in her brain. Stop moving. But I always remembered her from my childhood, from when she was all, I honest to God thought she was immortal, because she didn't age, she just was there, just constantly. She didn't change the whole time while I was growing up. And at one point, I honest to God thought she was a vampire, because she wouldn't age, and she just kept going, and she always used to bring me down a whole plastic bag full of McDonald's toys, because she always used to have the Happy Meals, and yeah. So yeah, that tattoo's for her, but it's also a nod towards Darren Shan and Lord of the Rings. So I hope you guys like it. I mean, it's still in the process of healing, so it does look a bit scabby and a bit horrible at the moment. And there is a gap there, so I may have I don't know, something to do with Lord of the Rings, or Darren Shan, or I don't know, something. Who knows? Right, I'm gonna head out now, and nice to talk to you guys. Thank you for those questions again, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.